Hello. I'm back. Somehow I got on the my personal page. So I think that we should be all set. And let me get my computer back up in the right page. Now it's going to be goofy. Hi, Brenda. Welcome back. Okay, there we go. Shows live on my Pearl's Whimsical Wreaths. That's where I want to be. Okay, perfect. So, how's everybody doing? I returned Monday from Texas, from Wreath Makers Live, and from a great visit with Mandy and Jace and Deanna. I put too much poof in my hair this morning. So it was great, and can't wait for next year's. Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Carmen. I know that, Scott is doing one in October. I just don't know if I can go because, number one, vacation. Don't know if I'm going to have any vacation left. Saturday, I look tired. We worked very hard, but we had a lot of fun. I did just exactly what I wanted to do, and I know Mandy feels bad because sometimes she says she worked us, but I didn't do anything I didn't want to do. So everything turned out great. And I was glad to be able to be there to help Mandy and to have a successful sale. So, because she's got a lot of stuff. And so anyway, we're going to make a daisy wreath, and I'm going to make it on a 10-inch wreath form, and it's for an order that I have. Santa Marie, hi. Where you're from, Santa Marie? So I'm going to start cutting. My piece of plexiglass is huge, so I'm going to have my husband cut that down. And also, I clamped, hold on, I see this thing kind of wanting to come up, but I went in his garage, and got a C-clamp to make sure this thing is not going to fall down. I do really want to go get one of those Arcos that they showed at conference. It was nice, but I just didn't want to spend that money. If I had known about it, I could have been more prepared. But so I would like one of those. Those would be really nice. Hi, Brenda. Welcome. Guess what I'm making? I'm making your wreath. So anyway, we're going to cut the mesh, and so I'm going to turn this down so that you can see what I'm doing. Unfortunately, I did not have this all done before we started, but I've missed doing lives, although we did them at Mandy's, but I mean from home. So, yes, Brenda is who ordered this daisy. So, it says that we need 8 10-inch white, 16 8-inch white. Okay, so I think, you know what? I'm going to have to get my plexiglass. And let me see where that is. I don't think I can cut it on this thing. Let me just see. this is going to be a problem. Because see, unless it's clear, you can't see the lines on the so we need 8 10-inch, so 26. And supposedly, I guess it would help if I had turned it on. Oh, I thought I had turned it on. I'm sorry. Well, we gotta let that heat up. I'm just not that prepared. So, I think what I'm gonna do is while we're waiting for that to heat up, we'll put the pipe cleaners on. So I have these 3 colors. The green's going to be the leaves, and the yellow will be the center. So let's see what we got here. On my, I thought I had it on. Guess it didn't. So how's everybody doing? Is school out now, or well, I guess it depends on where you live, but Brenda, is school out? Yeah, I think I'm going to have to get my glass, so that's going to be a chore in itself. Let's see if we can't get some of this stuff out of here. Because it is behind there. So, I think I'm going to have Kevin cut this down. There we go. There we go. Because you really don't need it this long if you're just cutting, you know. So give me just a second here. I can't see comments right yet, so just let me get this opened and we will be set to go, because I think that my iron will be heated up. So just trying to get my computer situated, and okay. So, hi Sheila. Hi Sandy. There's the lucky woman. She won a great prize at conference. Okay. So, I'll put this up here. Get these out of the way. So 1, 2. Hi, Kathy. Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania. And we got Minnesota. Texas. Hi, Karen. So I'm just cutting 10-inch pieces. We need 8 of them. We might need more. And so learned some new stuff at conference, which was very nice to feel like you came away with learning something new. 4. Good morning, Christina. And Laughlin, Nevada. Yolanda. So good. It's raining here. So it's going to be one of those weekends. So I think that I've got an event next Friday. 6 that I'm going to get some wreaths made up for that I can possibly set out if anybody's interested in some. So I'm going to do some 4th of July's and 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so I think I'll be doing that this weekend. Kevin's working. Actually, he's sleeping now, but he had a 16-hour day yesterday. He gets home at 5:30 this morning. And so there's my 10-inch, my 8 10-inch pieces. And then I've got to do 16 8-inch pieces. So, and that's because you want the outer piece, the outer part of your the leaves to be out further, and then as you're getting closer they'll layer on top of each other, and then of course the green will be on the outside. And so the 8-inch will be here. So I'm looking forward to next year's conference. Again, like I said, I don't think that I'll be going to the one in October that Scott's doing. Good morning, Terry. Good morning, Norma. Thanks for sharing. Hi, Natalie. Hi, Josie. Seems like a few new faces in here. Hey, Natalie, you coming to our 40th class reunion? They have a beautiful place. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how beautiful it is. I just think it's an awesome venue for our 40th class reunion. Thanks to June and all of them that have working on that. Hi, Kathy. So I am using a burner, and let me see if I can get this a little closer. I'm using this tip here. I used to use that really tiny tip, and I've watched a few of Julie's, from Julie's Wreath Boutique, or Julie's Wreath. She's with Michelle. I'm trying to think of Gina. Hi, Gina. This mesh is poly burlap mesh, and I was using the thin one before, but I watched Julie, and she uses this fat one, and it doesn't seem to fray as much. So let me get you what the package looks like. And I believe I got this from Craft Outlet, but it's the poly burlap mesh. And then the other day I watched Julie do burlap, so I'm going to try that one too. I like using burlap. Jackie Ellenberger from Grandma Jackie's page got me hooked on the burlap. So I should have had this already cut. I'm sorry. I was excited about going live, and so I was trying to get things around, and so I'll get a few cut so that you can see how it's done, and we can go from there. Hi, Linda. Oh, from our post Facebook from our 40th class reunion. Did you say you were coming, Natalie? Oh, you're unable to come? Oh. It's hard to believe it's been 40 years. God. I just turned 58. So, that'd be about right. But here's the funny thing. So I do use a CPAP machine, which I don't know. I think I do sleep better with the thing, but it's a pain in the ass. And obviously it's not very sexy, so, but whatever. So I didn't take it with me to Texas, and I was staying with Mandy. So the first day I was there, I had been up I was up 22 hours. I had to get up. My flight was like at 5 something in the morning, so I was up at 1:30 that morning. When we got to Mandy's, when she picked me up from the airport, and we got to Mandy's, we got, into doing things, and before you know it, like I said, I was up almost 24 hours, and was having a blast. So I was exhausted when I got in bed. And again, I didn't take my CPAP machine. So lo and behold, in the morning I get up, and Mandy has recorded me snoring. And I'm sleeping in her bed because we hadn't cleaned out all the crafting stuff out of the guest bedroom yet. I was going to help her with that, I told her, because she just didn't have time. She'd been on the road, and she's just so busy. So I said, I'll help you with that, so don't try to do that before I get there. And we had another person coming to stay, so we were going to do that guest room. But anyway, she got to be the lucky one to have me sleep with her. She got a huge bed, and I was snoring like a. And every time I play it, I laugh my what off. It's so funny. But anyway, I was snoring. Hi, Audrey. Hi, Terry Lynn. Hi, Paula. Yeah, what is Julie's name? It's Julie's Wreath Boutique, right? Isn't that what? Oh, the long tempered glass. I ordered this from a glass company in our in Rochester. That's all you have to do is you just have to tell them you want tempered, tempered glass. So I got it as long as the 36 inches long. I got it to fit on my, so it was as long as my mat here underneath. So, four 12-inch. So we need 4 12-inch green. So anyway, it does work a whole lot better. It's got to be you got to be able to see through this glass to cut this so you can see what you're measuring. You just need 4 of these, maybe 5. I'll probably do 5. And I'm hoping, because the tip I'm using is different than what I normally use, that it's not going to fray as bad. Unfortunately, this stuff has a tendency to fray worse than mesh. But I like working with it. I think it's so beautiful. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Deb. You can take half of it, huh, Deb? I don't have that one, but I have a newer one. Hi, Jane from Australia. Oh, my gosh. Thank you for sharing. Am I supposed to be saying that? Maybe it's blessing or whatever. I don't know what you're supposed to say now. They keep us guessing, Seymour, Indiana from is where Barbara's from. This isn't really that kind of burlap. Norma, it's not this kind of burlap. It's a poly mesh. So it's a different, this here has fibers in it, but it's not like this poly. You can see the difference. This is more of a plastic, and this is actually a material. So this is kind of a plastic. That's why it works really well using the iron to cut it. So we've got one more to cut. But it does really help this from fraying. When you use the iron. Okay, so I think we're off to a good start here with what we've got cut. And I'm just going to leave this down. I want to make sure this is a 10-inch. Yeah, it is a 10-inch. I've got my pipe cleaners. So Grandma Jackie, if any of you are familiar with that, I didn't set the alerts up, Barbara, in here for you to do the alerts. So, but if you go to, there's a pinned post on my webpage. Hi, Cheryl. That has that on there. So, Grandma Jackie does it like this. Of course, it's okay when you've got to work on a joint. So I'm going to do it like this. This is how Julie does it. And this is just to prevent twist or the thing from moving. You don't want it to move. So maybe I won't leave this on here. It makes it too noisy. Okay. I don't ever use any more than just a half of that. So so here's my pipe cleaner, or my so I need the ones from the outside. I need the 10-inch. So we're going to bring corner to corner. Can you see that? We bring corner to corner. And then we pinch it. And this is obviously the back side where these are. And this is the front. And one twist. And we're going to put 3 of those on there. So again, you're going to pull corner to corner. You're going to pinch. Must be the mailman's here. We're going to stack it on top and twist. Now the 10-inch are just for the outside. Hi, Sheila. Alabama. Watching you all at Mandy's with Jace. Enjoyed watching. Thank you. Yes, we did get lots of stuff at Market. In fact, oh my God, I'm shipping it home, and it's costing me $137 to ship 4 boxes or 3 boxes home. And I also had to ship some clothes or my luggage. I was going to have to pay a lot of money for thank you, Debbie. Glen Rose, Texas. A lot of you are from Texas. So I'm just going to do my little crimp in there just so that these kind of lay nicely. Okay. So then we're going to go to the next crossbar. Oops. Same thing. I think we didn't cut enough. Or I'm supposed to use 10. It's been a while since I've made these. I'm sorry. Okay, so I cut these. So yes, I think what I needed to do, and it's like I said, it's been a while, is I needed to put 2 more, but they need to be the 8-inch. So again, we'll do the same thing. You're going to put corners to corners, so it looks like that, and you're just going to gather it. And remember, this is the back side where it's got, you know, this, and we're going to turn it this way. And one twist. So I cut, we may need more, but I cut 4 green ones. Actually, I did 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I think this, the last one I made was an 8-inch ring, so I'm doing this on a 10-inch. Because remember, you know, these come out pretty big so you don't want to start out with an 18-inch wreath frame and make a daisy with it, because, or even a sunflower, it's going to be huge. So I'm twisting, and then what I do is I take the pipe cleaners, or the Chanel stems, and I pull them down to the back side and twist it so that you don't see them. and the as little the little as it's best to handle this as little as possible. Well, when we went to market, now this week is a whole different market environment that I had. When we went last week, they were getting ready for this week's market. So we were looking at what they call cash and carry, or samples. They call them samples. So a lot of the stores had samples of stuff that they'd either taken off of their like their displays, and they marked the stuff all down. So I mean, you get awesome deals. And but this week there's probably no samples. Should be probably very few samples. And you're actually, these ladies that are going, and Mandy's there now with Jace, they're actually placing orders for the spring. So it's a madhouse. Parking's probably, we had no trouble parking last week when we went to market. So it's a different market this week than it was when we were there last week. And you do, you know, the samples. One store we went into, oh my God, there was shelves and shelves of samples, and the prices were just, and you want to take it all, but you can't. I mean, you'd go broke. Judy, thank you. First time watching. I used it's called an, I don't know what you call it. It's a burning tool. I can't get this camera business straight. And I use this tip on it, if you can see the tip. So it makes it a wider cut, so it doesn't fray as bad. So I'm going to take these off because these should have been 8 inches. So we're going to take 2 of them off, because we did want the 10-inch here. We want an 8-inch, 2 8-inches. Yes, a wood burning tool. Thank you, Carol. I think as the older I get, my mind just goes. No problem. My girls are upstairs. They're big time barkers. So, you know, this has really helped. We've got new neighbors next door. And they have 2 small children that are absolutely adorable. I don't have children. Not 2-legged anyway. And the girls bark when they're out there, and it's terrible. I mean, I wouldn't want, hi Tina from Washington, I wouldn't want, you know, to hear that all the time. So I don't like electric fences. We've got a regular fence. And so Kevin found these this collar that sprays like a mist of something. I don't know what it is. And it's like they you know, stop barking when that happens. So apparently when the bark gets to a certain pitch, then this will go off. And so it's been working very, very well. And so we have to put that on them when they go out. And you sure can tell. And they know the difference too. They're not stupid. They know that, hey, I don't have that collar on, so I can bark. And they do. Okay, so now that I have 2, I'm going to go back here. Hi, Dodo. I'm going to go back to the middle between these 2. I'm right in here, and I'm going to do 1 green. This is my petal. So I'm going to do because we're not using a crossbar, I'm going to do like Grandma Jackie does. You fold the pipe cleaner in half. You insert it like this. You put the two ends in and you pull. And it's pretty tight because what it really does is it kind of pinches that bracket together. I don't want to do it too tight, but anyway. So now we're going to do the same thing with the green. We're going to fold it. We're going to gather it. Yeah, they're little, my girls are little yippy little, part Chihuahua. One's Chihuahua and probably some other mixture of something. And so there's the green one. And then we're going to put two of these on top. Hi, princesses. Hi, Dodo. I'm such a kind lady. I'm gonna have to, I gotta take my sister. I have a twin sister. So I'm gonna take her out shopping this afternoon. And then Kevin's working, so I might do another live this evening. You've been waiting for this, huh, Deidre? How do you say that? Deidre? Deidre? Again, I'm going to fold these down, and I'm going to put one on one side because you want to be sure that when you tie this off, you know, when you tighten it, that you're getting around the rung of the wreath. So what I did was the size of squares, and we'll fix this. You just don't need to play with it right now because it's, you can see what's happening here is already starting to do a little bit of fray. So I'm just going to leave it alone, and I'm going to keep going. I'm going to go to my next rung, which is here. Put my pipe cleaner on. And I may have to finish this off camera just because, you know, I don't want it to take so long. So again, we're going to use a 10-inch. So I cut 8 10-inch of the petals, this color petal. And then I cut 16 8-inch. So 8 10-inch, 16 8-inch petals, and then 5 12-inch green petals. So we're going to put a 10-inch down, and you're going to put 3 on top of this. Okay, so now we're going to put, there was a 10-inch there. Now I'm going to put 2 8-inches. And again, you make the corners meet, and you pinch. Do one twist. Another one, another 8-inch. Twist. And now that's my last one, so I'm going to take that down. Take this one down, because you don't want these sticking up. And twist it off in the back. And we can cut those off later. So now that I have this section and I have this section, I'm going to go back in between here if you can see that, back in between these two, and I'm going to add my petal. And I can tell that I will be needing to cut some more. So again, because I'm not on a rung, I'm not on a crossbar where I can go crossways with the chenille stem to anchor it so it doesn't move. I'm going to do how Grandma Jackie does, and you just fold it in half. I just think it does it a lot tighter. And then if you pull it apart and just pull, it makes it a little tighter. This prevents it from moving on the rung. Okay? And if you wanted to, you could go back later and on the back side and glue those. So right now, Kathy, I do make and sell my wreaths. I have a full-time job as an IT manager, and I don't have children, so it's not like I've got, you know, a very busy schedule. I go to work, I come home, fall asleep in my chair, then go to bed. So, hi Teeny. Hi Robin. Oh, well that was nice, Robin. It would have been nice to meet you too, but I understand. I am using poly mesh. So, so yes, I have a full-time job. So this is kind of right now, I remember my little craft area started out as the corner of my dining room, and now I've got the whole basement. And my husband calls it my crap room. Men. They just don't understand. So, thank you, Rose, for sharing. So, and I also do work for Mandy. I help her, and so I'm busy. I stay busy if I want to be. Hi, Betty. I know we had a blast there at Mandy's. It really was. And I miss them. They're at market today, her and Jace. And, yes, Scott is having a convention. Thank you, Sarah. I'm not sure if I'm going. I'd like to. I would love to go. I would love to go. But I'm not sure that I can. I'm just not sure what, if I'll have vacation and, you know, enough when I get there. Or I actually only have 1 day vacation, so we'll see how that goes. All right, so now we're going to go to the next rung, which is right here. And if you wanted to, you could probably, you see how that's going to stay put because my tie goes on one side, from one side to the other. So when I do the let's see if I can get a little close up. When I do the put it in there and do the twist, it's going to secure it from moving. So again, we're doing a 10-inch. Then we're going to do 2 8-inch. And I know I'm going to need to cut some more. But you could do, you know, green all the way around the back if you wanted to. It just depends on how what effect you want. Brenda, you still on here? Well, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. From Orla from California. Hi, Brenda. So yes, I'm making this for Brenda, and she's watching. And thank you, Sarah. The color green I'm using, I can give you that. Because I have a package of it, I think that's not even open. So yes, we had a great time, and I'm not saying no to October, but I'm just not sure. So if I don't have any emergencies where I have to take, you know, vacation day, then maybe I can. And it is, if anybody's coming, you know, from upstate New York area or further away, then, you know, maybe I can catch a ride or something, and then I don't have to. Let me get you that color. This is called a lime green. Can we focus that? It says lime green. And it is a poly burlap mesh. And this one's called white. This one's just called white. But again, this stuff is, you know, you gotta be gentle with it. But again, so now we're gonna go back into the center here and do the green, our petal. So again, we're gonna fold this in half. You're welcome, Carol. Lynn, I'm from between Rochester and Buffalo. So I'm, you know, upstate New York. What? Did I let the cat out of the bag? Robin Scott told you to skip class, huh? Yeah. Ours isn't in October. Ours is August. Like I said, getting old and I can't remember things like I used to. Okay, so the 12-inch leaf and the petals, because this should be on the outside, so the petals, but like I said, I don't like playing with this a lot, but the petals should be, the white petals should be on the inside of the green, so that it lays pretty. What you think, Brenda? Thank you, Tammy. September 8th, yes, so it's not going to be a problem for me to, it won't interfere with our class reunion. And the place is beautiful. Brenda, I need to post those pictures I took there on the, not the alumni page, but the Facebook page, so people can see instead of just on the, did you guys get invitations yet to hand out? I know, Brenda, it is Brenda Christopherson. I know that is high. It is. I'm not sure why he's doing it. Scott's doing it then, because that is one of the, that's our peak season for the holidays. So you're right. I'm not sure why he's doing it then. And that's another reason I'm not sure. Just depends on how busy I am for, you know, my business. But I don't know. I don't know why he couldn't. It would have been a whole lot better. We stuffed the envelopes yesterday. Okay. Yeah, I was out of town for 10 days, so the team had to stuff envelopes for the invitations for the class reunion. Hi, Marianne, first timer. Thank you for sharing, Lynn. Yeah, and there'll be a piece of this mesh stuff that goes on the back here, so we can put the yeah, see these pieces. Are coming off. So you have to be careful with handling it. So yeah, I just got back Monday from Texas, and it was a good flight. They've asked us where we want it next year. I put Charlotte next year. I like the southern states, but it was Florida, I think, was an option. And okay, so I need to do my next crossbar, and so I'm going to need to cut some more of these. So you only use the 10-inch petals that you cut of the white on the rung on the outside. So I actually have more of those than I needed because, well, no, I don't. I'm going to need, no, I did, because I only need one more of the 10-inch because it's the green leaf that goes in the middle on this side. So I cut too many of these, but that's okay. We'll have the next one. So we have a craft show coming up. Brenda and I are going to do. We are next to each other. And so I'll have enough wreaths to do that without a problem. Because I make them and I don't sell them. So I got this, Kathy, at... Are you familiar with Savannah, New York? I'm not. About an hour from Rochester. Really? Lynn, are you planning to go in October? Thank you, Brenda. Okay, so here's my last 8-inch, but I got to do some more. Yes, I got the mesh at Craft Outlet. That's online.com. craftoutlet.com. All right, let me set that up there. I got to get my glass again. If you guys are okay watching and continuing to watch, then I'm happy with keep going. So I need 8-inch ones. You're not late, Roxanne. We're just glad you joined us. is from there, from Georgia, and no, I won't be able to go. Oh, okay, Lynn. Yeah, yeah. I had done that wreath before, Brenda, and June loved it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So my sister-in-law, she does, I'll show it to you here in a second. She does embroidery for, and the uniforms for Rochester, RGH, Rochester General Hospital. And so next Friday, she's doing try-ons, which she's the only one that offers that. But anyway, she did my decals with my business logo on it. And I'll show it to you. And so she does a sheet of like 10 or 15 of them. And then you can either, well, I just gave her some shirts or blouses that I wanted it on. And then she stamped it on. But these are the decals. So she just, it's a sheet of like, I want to say there was 15 of them. And then, so anything I want her to put it on, I also have another jacket I want to put on, a pink jacket. So she puts that on there for me. And she uses one of those, it's like 300 degrees, and it's a press, and it puts this on, so it's permanent. I should just put my thingy on. And so if anybody's interested, she also sells the shirts, or, you know, t-shirts, polo shirts, all kinds of shirts. She's got a website. If any of you ladies who have a wreath business, or a business of any kind, doesn't matter, and you're interested in getting decals like this made to go on, you know, your shirts or something, it's a lot cheaper to do the transfers, that's what these are called, than it is to do the embroidery. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this roll out. So this way you can, or if you know somebody who's got one of those presses, oh yeah, Sheila, this, when you're using this poly burlap mesh, oh yes, it does work a lot better. I would not use scissors or the rotary cutter on this poly mesh. It'll fray something terrible. And it glides right along, so it's not like, so it looks like we might get 2 more pieces. If not, we just get 1 piece. Let's see if we've got enough here. Excuse me. Oh yeah, Mandy does that circuit, or whatever you call that thing, cricket or whatever it's called. And she was going to show me that when I was down there, but we just ran out of time. Just ran out of time. So that you can make your own I'm following between 2 rows because you don't want to cross it. It just makes it fray more. So I'll just throw that piece away. I keep these because sometimes you get ribbon that's not enough to stay on the roll. It's like a soldering iron, Debbie, but it's actually called a wood burning tool. And to wrap ribbon on. And then if you use those racks, the shoe racks, like for so this is how this is coming along here. Like I said, I don't like to play with it until I'm done getting all my stuff on there, because the more you mess with this poly burlap, the more it wants to fray. So okay, so we needed one more on this one here, another 8-inch. Yeah, they get them. You can get them at Walmart. In fact, well, I might have got mine on Amazon, but I have seen them at Walmart. So, all right. So now again, we're going to go back to this in between here, and we're going to add our. So, how do I pack my wreaths when I go to a craft show? I actually use those IKEA bags. They're blue. Actually, you see a lot of LuLaRoe ladies that sell. They use those bags, and that's what I put them in. And then you just have to fluff them. You can't. I don't know how else you could do it so that they don't, you know, the ribbons don't get flat and stuff when you're. Yes, you do, Brenda. That's good to let people know too, because she does signs and so that's how I transport them. Is everybody familiar with those IKEA bags I'm talking about? Yes, on Amazon, because I have them right over here, and they fold up nice and, you know, can be stored away nicely. And hi, Terry. Hi, Tammy. That's my niece. I am going to get this off of there. Hopefully I don't need it anymore. Put my little apron. I like the apron because when you're using deco mesh, it picks at your clothes. And if it's a knit type of material, then it will leave all these little picky things in your shirt. So I think I got them from Amazon, to be honest. They're blue bags. I'll get one and show you. Flamingos are going to be big this year. And I love doing rag wreaths, as you know. As most of you have seen my lives, I'm always doing rag wreaths. Okay, so we did between these two. Now I've got to do between these two. Because, see, we've done all the rungs here. Now I've got to put one in here. And we've already got one over here. Hi, Wilma. Yeah, they are. They're very inexpensive. And my sister-in-law, I started to say, I get distracted, you know. I got her hooked on those too, those bags. Let me get one. Now, I got two types, one that zips up, and this is, you know, these are perfect for putting wreaths in. So you can stack them or stand them up in here. And then they've got handles. The zippered ones, you can actually put the stuff in, and it's got straps long enough to carry it like a backpack. So, like with my sister-in-law, we have loads and loads of shirts. That's what we use, is the longer ones. But yes, they're very inexpensive because she was using, any of you seen those yellow black totes with the yellow tops on them? A lot of the guys use them for their tools. Oh my God, those things were so heavy. And I said, Leslie, you got to get these bags to put those shirts in, because just the tote alone had to weigh 3 or 4 pounds, or maybe even more than that. And so it made it really heavy once you put the shirts in it. Now, I'm gonna offer a wreath class here locally for anybody who wants to come and make a wreath using my supplies. There'll be a fee for that. Towards the fall, closer, so that you could make it either for fall or for Christmas. The mesh is the poly burlap mesh. So yes, I'll be advertising, for local people, a wreath class. Well, good, Brenda. I've got room down here. I've got a table down here. All the supplies are here. The ribbon, you can walk around, pick out what ribbon you want, what signs you want, what size wreath frame you want. Or I'm going to do kits that, basically is already picked out and, ribbon cut or whatever. So I'm just not sure, but I did do one last year. And one of the girls, my realtor that I've always used when we're selling or buying and selling, and a girl I worked with, Mary Sadida. Did I say that right, Brenda? And her daughter came, and we had a blast. It was a lot of fun. I've got a coffee pot down here, a Keurig. I'll probably have like bagels or something for people to eat and stuff, and we'd just be down here. And I've got my Bose radio that plays all kinds of music. We got a TV, so whatever works. Okay, so now we have to do the inner ring. So in this particular case, we're going to start in between where these are. So this and this, so there'll be 2, and we're not going to do 3, we're going to do 2, and they'll both be 8 inches. So there'll be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So I need 20 more of these. And I've got some cut, but what I think I'll do, because we're already running into, how long have I been on here? I don't want to get bumped off. Oh, good. That would be fun. No, I was saying, Grace, is that Grace or Gracie? That my sister-in-law does t-shirts, and she did the decal on my business decal here. And so I was just mentioning that some of my friends that are in here are wreath makers as well. And if anybody was interested, it's a locally owned business. It's a woman-owned business. And so it's she does great work. So you can buy the shirts from her. I have a style shirt I love that she has. It's kind of a V-neck, but it has high slits on the side. So it's kind of that long drapey in the back. If you're somebody like my size that wants to hide their ass end or back end or what do you want to call it. Hi, Mary Lou. On the tags, let me see. On the tags, it says IKEA, and there is a tag. Okay, there is a part number on that. Let me see if I can get that for you. It says 12413. So that's the tag that's on the bag. This is the big, this is like a big, but there are ones that are a little bit longer and they have a zipper on them. So, but this is great for wreaths. I can probably put four wreaths in there. Kind of standing up, but again, you're going to have to, fluff them. There's just no way you can pack them. I've seen people bring them in on rods and they're hanging, but when you're trying to haul all that stuff to a craft show, and especially if you've got to go inside the building. Hi, Joan, welcome. Joan is a biz bud of mine. And a couple of the other ladies are. Joan, I'm making a wreath that a friend of mine from here has ordered. And yes, my sister-in-law does have a web address. Let me see if I can, let me get that for you. She's very personable. Now, pin it. There you go. There's Leslie. That's my sister-in-law. Joan, I'm thinking maybe next weekend, if you're home, I might come visit. Joan was at Wreath Makers Conference too. And if you want me to share, I can, Joan. Just let me know. We have a page for Joan. It's called Crafty Chicks for Joan. I can also put that in there too. It's a Facebook page. Oh, you can't pin more than one comment? How are you doing, Joan? Is it okay to share the story, Joan? Let me know. But there's a page for, it's called Crafty Chicks for Joan, and it's with a K. And we made some wreaths and lanterns, and others have done so. Yes, Joan has started actually radiation, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But Joan has breast cancer, and so we started a page for her to raise money to help her and Steve with medical bills. And it's a Facebook page that's called Crafty Chicks for Joan. And Crafty is a K. So, hi Gwen. So, we made some things, we're selling them, and all proceeds are going to Joan. Hi Laura. And so, if anybody wants to check it out, then that would be greatly appreciated. You can make cash donations, which I was trying to find a counter, Joan, to put on the page so we can put where we're at. We're at 160 that's been collected so far. So I was going to try to find that. If anybody knows how to do that. We love you, Joan. And so we got to meet Joan and Steve, and awesome. We had a blast. But Joan, can I share the banana hammock story? Hi, Paula. Okay, so I did 2. Okay, we're only doing 2 petals. I might go back and do 3, so I'm not going to pull that down yet, because we want to you know, put the center in here, but I don't want to have this huge center if it's not necessary. So here's the story. Let me tell you this. This was really great. Joan's a lot like me. So we were at Mandy's, and Joan and Steve, I think this was Saturday night. No, not Saturday. Wednesday night. And Mandy keeps saying she's going to buy Kevin, my husband, a banana hammock. Now, most of us know what that is. However, Mandy was telling Joan and Steve that she was going to buy Kevin a banana hammock. And Joan knows we're from New York just like she is. She goes, well, we only get to use them probably 2 weeks out of the year. And oh my God, you should have saw the look on Steve's face, her husband. And he looks at her and said, no, Joan, that's not what they're talking about. And we died laughing. And Deanna, who was also there, she goes, I'm so sorry, Steve, that you only get to use your banana hammock twice a year. Oh my God, we were dying laughing. The tears were coming down our face. And so now Joan knows what a banana hammock is. It was so funny. I'm sorry. You had to be there. But she said, being in New York, we only get to use those 2 weeks out of the year. So that's the story. Let's go back to making a wreath. Okay. Yes, it was, Laura. It was hysterical. Because Joan's like me, I swear. That, I'm a little naive. Hell, Jace, he's 20 years old and knows more than I do. So... Yeah, I'm going to have to cut some more of these. So we might have to finish this. I may have to finish this. I just don't know if, how much time we can take on this. So right now I'm only putting 2, but I may need to go back. But see, if you pull them forward, let me push this through. It might pull it forward enough that we don't have to do that, but we'll see. And it does. It looks like it is. So, like I said, you don't want to play with this stuff as much just because it's frays really easy. But so this is how it's starting to look. If I get the petals all, and I'll cut some of the frays off. What you think, Brenda? Okay, so Pam's another one that doesn't know. So a banana hammock is a hammock for a man's private parts. Did I put it nicely enough? Okay, so but as you can see, there's just going to be some fraying. There's no way to avoid that. There is a spray we can put on this afterwards that kind of, is almost like a hairspray or a sticky spray that keeps this from fraying, but just not sure how, who's doing the angry faces? She's crying. She's laughing so hard she's crying. So, but it does look like we just need 2. And because I did this on a 10-inch instead of an 8-inch, which I normally do, and the reason I didn't, the 8-inch is just a little small. So, Brenda's getting a little bigger wreath than what I normally do. So, that's all right, right, Brenda? Kind of like an over-the-shoulder boulder holder for women. That's a good one, Terry. I'm using poly burlap mesh, Christina. Okay, so again, I've got 2 more. I can do another one. And then I'm going to have to open up, or I can probably use these pieces, being these were 10 inches, and I'll cut off 2 inches to save on the, Brenda says the bigger the better. So I'll cut these down to like a 10-inch, and then I'll cut some more off of the new roll. So and then the center, we want a yellow center. So the last time I did the yellow center, let me show you what I did. I took, let me find my styrofoam ball, half of a ball. Oh, here it is. And you cover it. And you have to cover it a few times because you can see through this. Okay? So that's how I do, oh, okay, Brenda. Thanks for the clarification. So, I will wrap this going one way and then wrap it going another way. And that way it covers up, you know, the white background. You don't want that. And then you pin it using the pins on the bottom. You'll pin it through here, you know, using U-pins or whatever they're called. So that's how the center will be. And you'll put a piece of, where? Oh, here it is. I'll put a piece of this. I'll cut it out to fit that. And then you tie wrap this mesh. It's a plastic like they use for needlepoint. And you'll put that right here. And you'll zip tie it to the frame. Then this piece will get put on, and from the back side you will pin it with the U-pins. So I will go ahead and finish this off camera just because, well, you could, Catherine, you could paint the center and then cover with one layer of mesh. You could do that. That's perfectly fine. It's actually very doable, and there's many ways. I've made some centers, but and I can show them to you here that I do for wreaths. I've made a couple different styles that I made up in advance. Here's kind of like a rose looking center for for one of these types of wreaths. And this is just one that you have to take a needle, or you pull the wire out of the burlap, and as you're pulling it, it curls up this piece so that you get into hi Susan, thank you, Rhonda. So and this could go on any kind of burlap, a burlap wreath, which is one I want to try next. What, you want to know how to make the center, Lynn? Is that what you're saying? Yes, you could do pom-poms too. I have pom-poms. You could do glass beads. You could take glass beads and glue them on here. You can take pom-poms and put on here. You could actually put a piece of this on there and possibly glue the pom-poms on here. I'm not sure how you do the pom-poms, but you could, and there's several ways to do this. Julie from Julie's Wreath Boutique, she does many different kinds of centers. She does beautiful work. This was another one I did, center that could go in any kind of wreath. Probably not this one. This is a daisy, but a sunflower. This would look cute in a sunflower. So I watched a tutorial on how to do this one, so I made one. And so yeah, I can show you, hi Susan. I can show you how to do some of the centers. But it's always, if you're like me, it's nice to have a lot of this stuff. And so anyway, I think that unless there's any other questions, yes, you can. You can braid the burlap and swirl it on the foam. Yes. So there's lots and lots of things you can do to cover the centers, to make the centers. I'm assuming Brenda wants a yellow center because it was the daisy that she's ordered. And so I think that unless there's other questions, I will finish this off camera and then show you, post a picture of the finished product on Pearl's Whimsical Wreaths. And again, like I say, my plan is to just cover this. I might even have some yellow spray paint, so that's a good thought, and then I can put this over it. But that's what my plan is for the center. And thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Sheila. I'm probably going to do a couple more this weekend because it's a rainy weekend, and I've got ones that I want to try. Some patriotic ones I want to make. And thank you, Carol. Bye, Joan. And Brenda said she'll post a picture of it too. So yeah, when you get it, when I make wreaths for customers and friends and family, I like them to take a picture of it where it's going. And then I have on my website, which is www.pearlswhimsicalwreaths.com, I have a section that says doors. And in there, I post pictures of the wreaths on my customers' doors. So I'd love to do that. I love to see what it looks like when it's finished and on their door. Thank you, Charlotte. Charlotte, I'm sorry, Charlotte, only because we have a Charlotte, and that's how it's said here, Charlotte. Yes, prayers for Joan. How do you do the mesh? How do you do the mesh? So you mean on the top? Thank you, Ruth. Do I do wedding wreaths? Oh, your name's Pearl too? I can do any kind of wreath. Anybody wants a wreath, I can do wreaths. So just tell me what you're looking for, and I can do that for you. No, on the wreath. So Sandra, this is poly burlap mesh, and I pinch it, fold the corners, pinch it, and then put it on here. That's kind of what the back looks like. And put my little green underneath the other petals here. And so we're just talking about how we're going to do the center. Yeah, so it says Michael and Pearl Kimmel. If you're interested in something, just PM me, and I'll be happy to work with you. So the mesh is a poly burlap mesh. So Sandra, did I answer your question? Thank you, Ruth. Okay, good. I'm glad. Okay, so I will see you guys later. Again, like I said, I'm probably going to go live again, just because I have a lot of things I want to do, and it's kind of a yucky weekend, and my husband's working. If he's not working, he's sleeping before he goes into work. So that is my plan. And I think the next one's going to be a patriotic wreath, because my sister-in-law has asked me to bring some of the wreaths with me when we do our try-on next week with Rochester General. So I will talk to you guys later, and thank you so much for joining me this morning. And thank you, Lynn. I've missed doing them. I love doing them. Yeah, Grandma Jakey's on her way home, so I'm sure she'll be doing lives as soon as she gets home. So, but anyway, we'll see you later, and have a good day, and I will be on live again later today. Bye.